You is get you. It's your boy Ty back here with another video, and in this video today, guys, we're gonna be ranking all of our season 6 rewards in one video because I've gotten a lot of questions. Yo, Ty, off of like the pink diamond option pack. Yo, Ty, who should I choose off the opal option pack? Yo, Ty, what mode should I grind for, a chance at a free opal? And I'm going to be breaking it down for you guys today. We've got so many players here. Now, there are some duplicates. I know Robert Parrish, for example, I put on here twice. There's going to be maybe some of those cards. But a lot of these cards, look, I mean, they're free this season. And this is why I think 2K has actually done something. I know, again, there are some duplicates on here. And if I get a duplicate, I'll just drag them down to the back. But look, there's so many good free cards this season. It's just a matter of, yo, what should I be grinding for? What mode should I be playing? Or who should I be picking out of the free packs? That's really ultimately what it does come down to. So hopefully this video can help you guys out. Starting it off with Alex Caruso. I like Alex Caruso. I think Alex Caruso is very, very good in my team. Now, is he like the best point guard in the game? No, but he's like the type of point guard, if I'm you guys, that you can use and have so much success with. Again, not going to necessarily be the most flashy player, not going to be the player that's, going to get hyped up by the majority of the community. But if Alex Caruso is your starting point guard, I think your team's in a decent position. Like, he plays defense, he can knock down shots. I heard his release is a little on the slower side of things, but Alex Caruso, really, really good in my team. Sad part is, not as good as Allen Houston. I'm putting Allen Houston at A tier. Look, if you got Allen Houston, you got yourself a really solid shooting guard in my team that can just do a little bit of everything. Like, there's nothing, in my opinion, Allen Houston can't do. Defensively, I don't think he's great. I think he's solid. Offensively, really solid. Release, not necessarily the quickest, but super easy time. He's a green Pro 2 leaner. Really solid. AI, putting it F tier. Not even going to spend a time talking about it. If you're running AI, you're part of the problem. Andrew Wiggins, S tier. And I know people get mad that I like Andrew Wiggins so much, but what do you want me to do? Change my whole mindset to not like a card that I do actually like? I mean, I don't understand why I can't like Andrew Wiggins. Everybody clowns me for how much I like Andrew Wiggins. But guess what? He plays good for me. He's good defensively. Offensively, does enough for me. He's got the Pro 2 leaner. I just don't get why people don't like Andrew Wiggins. I just don't get it. Plays so much defense. Again, offensively is more than okay. S tier for Mr. Andrew Wiggins in my team. Next up, guys, Austin Reeves. And I think for Austin Reeves, you got to put him at S tier. I think you got to. Comes down to free cards in his season 6. I think you can choose Austin Reeves out of one of the opal option packs. And honestly, if you don't have Austin Reeves yet, I wouldn't hesitate choosing him. In my opinion, one of the best free or cheap point guards in the entire game. A lot of the point guards are behind a massive paywall. Like, you look at, let's say, like the Penny Hardaways of the world. Obviously, he can be free this season off of Ascension. But a lot of those cards you just got to strictly gamble for. In my opinion, Austin Reeves, you don't. And I do really like the card. Baron Davis, I'm going to go D tier. Card absolutely stinks. Brandon Ingram, am I crazy for not liking Brandon Ingram either? Like, I feel like I should have him higher than I do. But when I play against BI, he stinks. When I look at BI's stats, there's nothing that really blows me away. I just think the card is mid. And again, maybe that's bad of me to say for Brandon Ingram. I don't know. You guys can, again, let me know if you have success with him. I think C tier is low. I'll put him at B tier, though. I definitely think Allen Houston's better. And again, you guys can have your own opinions. That's what makes these videos fun. I just don't see it with Brandon Ingram. Brandon Miller, I do see it with. Brandon Miller, in my opinion, is S tier. Like, Brandon Miller is really good. If you are able to get your hands on him, you're definitely probably going to like what you get. Plays good defense, has a good frame, decent release. Like, there's just not really any negatives I can say about Brandon Miller. To me, one of the more complete cards on this entire list. And again, if you got him, you got yourself a really good shooting guard. Next up, guys, we do see Chandler Parsons. I mean, come on, man. Card stinks. Tyler Hero based on normal timing. What do you want me to sit here and say about Chandler Parsons? In my opinion, card stinks. Christian Laettner, I think, is underrated. I know some people don't necessarily love Christian Laettner. I think he's underrated. 6'11", gonna get you stops. Offensively, going to be really solid. I don't get why people slander Christian Laettner. To me, the card is really, really, really solid in my team. Next up, guys, we do see Danny Grange. Now, for Danny Grange, I think it's a little different. A lot of people don't have him, but even if you have him, I think he's mid. Like, I don't want to sit here and say he's bad because I don't think he's bad, But like when it comes down to the rush set, I think he's one of the worst rush players we have. And again, I'm not trying to hate on Danny Granger. I think Danny Granger is okay, but I do think he is one of the worst rush players that we've seen. And I think that's okay of me to say. Danny Green, I think he's very mid as well. I mean, I got him on my no money spent. I don't necessarily love the card, especially when we're talking about some of these cards being absolutely elite. I'm going C tier. D-Rob, I mean, I got to go S tier D-Rob. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. In my opinion, one of the best big men that we do have in my team. Next up, guys, Dennis Rodman. I think people are sleeping on Dennis Rodman still to this day. I'm going to go A tier. Again, this is my opinion, and it's okay if you guys have different opinions. For me, though, Dennis Rodman is an easy addition into A tier. Maybe the best defender I've used all year long, and am I gassing him? Maybe, but that's how much I like, that's how much I respect Dennis Rodman in my team. I think the card is just absolutely fantastic, and definitely a card like that you can use and compete at that top level. Like Dennis Rodman is really good. I won last week's Players Lounge running Dennis Rodman. So if that doesn't show you all you need to know about Dennis Rodman, I don't know what will. I absolutely am a fan of the card. Darren Williams up next. I mean, I know some people gas him. I'll put him at C tier. Some people really do like Darren Williams. Some people swear by Darren Williams. To me, I just think the card is very mid, very mediocre. Dino Raja up next. I like Dino, man. I like him a lot. Some people just gas him way too much. Like, I like Dino. I want to sit up here and tell you guys how great Dino is and that you can use him and compete with him at the highest level. But I just don't know if he's quite as good as like a Christian Laettner. Not like Dino. Just don't think he's that elite. D-Wade up next. This one's going to split a lot of opinions. I think he's A tier probably. I just don't like him as much as Austin Reeves. Some people might. And if those people are you, okay, that's fine. As always, guys, use the cards that you enjoy using. Like that's what this game should be about ultimately. And if you like using a guy like a Dwayne Wade, do what you got to do, man. Don't let me sit up here and tell you who you should and shouldn't run. If you like Wade, go ahead and run him. He's gonna bring you guys a lot of success in my team. Next up, guys, Dyson Daniels. I like Dyson. Defensively, off the charts good. I think he's in the more so towards Alex Cruz than a guy like D-Wade. But on my No Money Spent Squad series, guys, he is my starting, or I think he's my backup point guard, actually. I don't want to gas it. I think he is my backup point guard. But he is a card, like, I can go out there and trust on the court. And I think that's important to have. Like, if I can go out there and trust the guy, like, that's about as important as anything else. Dyson's going to knock down open shots, play great defense. What more can I want? Franz Wagner, I think I got to go A tier. Some people in the comments, you really like Franz over Brandon Ingram? Like, this list is horrible. I'm already knowing what you guys are going to say, but just trust me. Like, hear me out. Trust me when I tell you, Franz Wagner at 6'10" with a better release than Brandon Ingram, in my opinion, a great dribble style as well. What is there not to like about Franz? That's what I want to know from your guys' perspective, because I am a massive fan of the card. Hedo Turkoglu up next. I mean, B tier. I don't know. When he came out, he had some excitement, had some good dribble stick stuff like that, but the card's not great. James Worthy, I think, is A tier. I like James Worthy more than Granger. I like him more than Hedo. Some people might not necessarily agree with me, and that is okay, guys. It's okay to not always have the same opinions as me. That's part of the fun when making these types of lists. Next up, guys, Jaren Jackson Jr. I really like Jaren. I think B tier is where he belongs, though. Initially, like at the start of the season, I didn't necessarily gas Jaren because I'm just like, I don't know about the card. He's fine, but do I think he's like the best card in the game? Probably not. Like, he's fine, but not the best card in the game. As I've used Jaren, it's like, man, his release is good. His defense is good. I just feel like the pros outweigh the cons when it comes to Jaren. That's why I've got him at B tier. Jason Kidd up next. I'm going to go A tier with Jason Kidd. Like, I know he's not necessarily the most flashy point guard. There's going to be some other cards that you guys might be higher on. But for me, Jason Kidd's a card that can do it all in my team. Jeff Green up next. You stink. Jeff Green, historically in my team, historically in 2K, has been a card people like, has been a card people want to use. This year, I just don't see it with my man. And again, that's not me hating on him. That's just me giving you guys the facts. Joakim Noah, man, I tried using this card. I had no success. And that's not me saying he's unusable. It's not me saying like the card is horrible. I'm just telling you what the reality of the situation. I've used Joakim Noah. Haven't had that much success with him. Jonathan Isaac up next. I think B tier is where he has to go. I like Jonathan Isaac. If you want to put him at A tier, do what you got to do. I don't think he's quite A tier this year, though. I just don't. And again, if you want to put him there, do what you guys ultimately have to do. I think the case can be made that he ultimately is A tier. But for me, I think B tier is the right spot for Jonathan Isaac. Is available on my team Unlimited, always on my boards. Kevin Love up next. I mean, I just think he's too undersized. I'm going to go B tier. I do. I think the card is too undersized to be talked about as being like that best power forward in my team. He is still really solid. He is just too undersized. I just wish the card was that little bit taller in my team. Is that too much to ask for? Just be a little taller? Like, is that too much to ask for? Kirk Hinrich up next. I mean, C tier or B tier is the big question for me with Kirk Hinrich. Like, I like what the card provides for us on the court, but it's like he's still only 6'4". I still think Alex Caruso is going to give you just that little bit more in my team. To me, I'm going to go B tier, or I'm going to go C tier with Kirk Hinrich because I don't think he is at quite next level. Klay Thompson, I'm going to go A tier with. I know some people might want me to go S tier, and I've thought about it, but to me, I think he's on the same tier as like an Allen Houston, a guy I really like, a guy, you know, I sit here and hype up for you guys that I do like, but it's like you got to prioritize your shooting guards. To me, I like defense, and so that's why a guy like Andrew Wiggins is just going to be that slightly higher than a guy like Klay Thompson for me personally. Lonzo Ball up next. Again, you could have got this card for 15,000 VC. I think A tier is the right spot. I still think Austin Reeves is better for me than Lonzo Ball, but Lonzo is now available on on Triple Threat Co-op. So if you play co-op a lot, you could see yourself getting a Lonzo Ball in my team. Next up, guys, we do see we see Manu Ginobili. Now, I don't know about you guys. And again, this is why we do this video, because I don't know. Do you guys like Manu? Because when I've used Manu Ginobili in my team, he's just been mid. I mean, honestly, overall mid. Not to say I hate the card. I still think he is B tier, but to me, he has been very, very mediocre in my team. And again, that's okay. Like, it's okay if a card is just not perfect, but I do think I do think B tier is where Manu Ginobili does belong. Marc Gasol up next. Free card, okay? Locker code, free card for Marc Gasol. I will hype up Marc Gasol until the end of my time. I will, and I can't still to this day shoot with Marc. I miss more shots with Marc Gasol than anybody else, and that's okay, guys. It's okay to not be perfect with the card. I need you guys to understand that. Like, I'm not perfect with Marc. I struggle shooting with Marc, and that's okay. A tier is still where the card does belong. Michael Cooper up next. Chicken Man Michael Cooper. I'm sorry, DBG, but he's C tier. Same tier as Danny Green. C tier is still okay though, guys. I need you guys to understand. C tier is not a bad tier. And I think that's what a lot of people think. Oh, he's C tier. He's not very good. No, it's not what it means. C tier is still definitely okay in my team. Definitely cards you can use and have a lot of success with. Mikal, I do not like Mikal Bridges. I'm being honest with you. Do not like Mikal in my team. Siakam, not a big Siakam fan either. I'll probably lean B tier with him just because he is an opal, going to give you something. But just know, I do not love Spice V in my team. I don't. He's not one of my favorite cards to use. I do think there are some better overall options in my team. Next up, guys, we do see Galaxy Opal Pal. I don't know about you guys, but to me, like, okay, like, what are we using Galaxy Opal Pal for? Like, he's fine. I don't know. If you have the Amethyst, just use the Marc Gasol duo. That's what I'd recommend. Pau Gasol is fine. I'm going to go C tier, though. I don't love the card. Rafe LaFrentz, definitely a card I do like. Is he B tier? Is he A tier? I'm going to go A tier with Rafe. And I know it's going to make some people mad, but that's where I'm at with Rafe. I think the card is that good in my team, and definitely a card that if you're just starting the game, he is available. I think in unlimited off boards, if you get him, can compete at a high level. Russell Westbrook, D tier. Like, this card stinks. I don't even know how you get him for free, but the card stinks. Tony Parker, you stink too. I'm actually gonna put Tony Parker in F tier. I literally think Tony Parker is useless on the court. Like, I don't know what his use is, his value is on the court. Tyrese Thomas up next. This card is fantastic. You want me to sit here and hate on Tyrese Thomas? It's not gonna happen. I think B tiers is high. No, I'm gonna go A tier. I'm going to. I don't want people to sit here and think I'm just gassing Tyrese Thomas. I think this card is an A tier caliber card. Is he a card that, you know, I'm like, you know, gonna just go crazy about? No, but if you can get him for a free pink diamond, definitely a card that I do like. Wilt Chamberlain, I do think is what, clutch time offline. You can get him after a win. I think Wilt's fantastic. I'm gonna go S tier. Him and D-Rob, two opals that you can get for free off of the game mode prizes. Both really solid. Zach Randolph is so mid. Gonna go B tier. A lot of mid opals are gonna be at that B tier. Boogie Cousins up next. Again, I don't think I've covered him. If I do have a duplicate in here, I do want to apologize. I like DeMarcus Cousins though, and I do think he is S tier. Like, if I had DeMarcus Cousins, I would for sure be running the card in my team. I am pretty high on him. And just think he can go out there and compete at the highest level. Like, that's just kind of my personal opinion on the card. I think the card is really solid. Definitely a card that you guys can go out and have a ton of success with. Dan Issel up next. I mean, I don't think Dan Issel is horrible. I'm going to throw him a B tier. I don't think he's great. Still undersized. Like, what's the difference between him and Kevin Love? I think is a good question to be asked. Dan Issel is fine. B tier. Andre Drummond can't shoot. What do you want me to say about him? Undersized, can't shoot, D tier for Big Drummond. And again, I don't hate Big Drummond. I don't want you guys to sit here and be like, man, Ty, you're just hating on Andre Drummond. Like, he just can't shoot. You guys know, as well as I do, if I want to run an inside big, they're going to have to be that man in my team. And I'm sorry, Andre Drummond, but I don't think of you as the man. Like, maybe you'll grow on me. But as it stands right now, I don't think of you like that. SGA, S tier. No brainer. SGA is in S tier. Again, I don't know how this tier list got messed up, but SGA, in my opinion, one of the best point guards in the entire game. Blue jersey or white jersey SGA, it doesn't matter. Pro Pass SGA, normal SGA, I literally don't, like, yes, one is better. The Pro Pass one is better. I'm not going to deny it. Obviously, has the release on very quick, has Kyrie dribble style. I'm not going to sit here and say, like, they are the exact same players, because they are slightly different, and the Pro Pass one is slightly better. But don't lose your mind over it. Both of them are really, really good in my team. Andre Iguodala up next. Another card that, I mean, I'm a big fan. I really do like Iggy. I think he is one of the better shooting guards we have in our entire game. And when it comes down to the Opal pack for me, the option pack or whatever it is, I mean, it's a no-brainer. I'm choosing Andre Iguodala. Like, it's literally a no-brainer. I'm not even going to have to think about it twice. No-brainer. Andre Iguodala is going to be coming home. David Thompson, you stink. D tier. Terry D up next. I wish he could play shooting guard. He's still S tier, though. And I know a lot of people aren't that high on Terry right now. But my thing right now is, who are you running at the small forward position? I just feel like right now we don't have that many great small forwards. That's why I'm like, you know what? It's not that big of a deal that he can't play the shooting guard position. We just don't have that many great small forwards in my team. Ray Allen, I don't love the card. I'm going to go C tier with Ray Allen. Somebody's going to have to show me something else. Like, I don't think Ray Allen's release this year is that great. I think, I just think lately, in the past couple of years, Ray Allen hasn't been as good as he once was. Once when Ray Allen came out in 2K, everybody was excited to pick the card up. That's no longer the case with the man with the plan. Like, it's not the way it is with Ray Allen. The card can still play a little bit, but just not great. Serge Ibaka, D tier. He's Serge Ibaka. He's fine. He's going to go out there and give you what you need on the court, but is he going to blow you away with anything? I mean, no. He can shoot the ball. He is a stretch big. I think the card definitely has some value, but I just don't think he's, next level good anymore in my team. Glen Rice, probably your best overall card in the entire game. Am I gassing it? Maybe, but I think he's that good, or at least has that much potential to be that good. Like, if you're not talking about Glen Rice as being your best card in the game, I think we can at least, submit to the fact that you can make that argument, or like he's not far from being that, because the card is patty on very quick. He can move and groove. He's 6'8", defensively going to be an absolute menace. He's just overall so good in my team. And again, if you're not liking or enjoying Glen Rice, it's probably because you can't get him or you're not going to grind enough for him. Cassie Russell stinks. 2K had one job, to make Cassie Russell decent. They couldn't even do it. Cassie, man, you were once the GOAT. Now, you absolutely stink. Penny Hardaway, S tier. I do not care. Penny Hardaway, one of the best point guards in the entire game. Easy addition into S tier. Is your ascension reward from, like, the game modes, and is obviously very, very good. Xavier McDaniel, he's fine. Like, C tier. Is that too high to put him? Like, he's fine. Is he a card I'm like super high on? No. Like, he is what he is, man. You can use him, have success with him. Just not the biggest fan of him. Another Glen Rice, already talked about him. Lamar Odom up next. For Lamar Odom, I do think he's mid, but I think he's B tier mid. Again, a lot of these mid opals I'm going to put at B tier, because mid opals are still decent. Like, I don't want you guys sitting up here thinking mid opals are just horrible and you can't run them, all those things. Just because a guy's not the best opal in the game, it's okay. You can still run them and have success with them in my team. I think that needs to be said. Jalen Green, you stink. Use them on no money spent. I do not like the card. C tier. Joel Embiid, very good. If you get Joel Embiid, I definitely run him. I do think he's A tier. No, he's S tier. I don't care. Like, for a big man in my team, Joel Embiid is S tier. I can't put him at A tier. I just can't do it. Paolo Banchero, so good. I think I've got to put him at A tier, but I really do like Paolo Banchero in my team. I think he is A tier, but man, Paolo Banchero, for a small forward. Again, when it comes down to the small forwards, I'm going to be honest, we don't have that great of small forwards, especially for, you know, budget or free. And so when I got a Paolo Banchero for, what, $10, I feel like you got to take that opportunity. He is very, very good for that specific price. Next up, guys, we do see Kyrie Irving. Not a biggest fan of Kyrie. He's fine, just way undersized, C tier. Lauri Markkanen is really good, 7 feet tall. Not a lot of people are mad about his wingspan, but I think the card is really good. I'm throwing him all the way up to A tier. Super tall for his position. Stockton, you stink, D tier. Patty Mills, you stink. At least you have Patty. D tier in my team. Got a couple more players. Jordan Poole, you stink, D tier. Elgin Baylor, you're not very good either. Like, I'll put you at C tier because you're not totally worthless. You got a new release, 6'5". I'll put him at B tier. I'll give Elgin Baylor the benefit of the doubt until I use him. I think he is a B tier player. Buddy Hield, I think, is our last card today. Buddy's not good. I'm going to grind salary cap. Why? Because I want the ultimate Dikembe Mutombo. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. Buddy Hield is not good in my team. And if you don't want to grind salary cap, I wouldn't force it, guys. I wouldn't force it. Yes, Dikembe is going to be good, but don't force it. There's going to be plenty of other opportunities for you guys to pick up some really good centers in my team. I don't know how my tier list got crazy like that, but this is my final tier list, guys, of the best rewards of Season 6. Again, all the rewards from, you know, vaults, from wheel spins, from all of those things on one tier list. Let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments, guys. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.